Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. And if anyone is new on the channel, we talk about manifestation, but we talk about manifestation from an intrinsic point of view, where we know that anything that we are creating is basically coming from our thoughts, and also how we are operating in our daily habits and routines or behaviors, how aware we are becoming in ourselves, and our nervous system regulation is a big part of what we talk about on this channel. But anyone who is not new here, thank you for joining us again. And I wanted to do a video today because it's been a while and I'm not on top of videos as I would like to be, but today I am coming on to connect with you all again and hopefully bring some kind of perspective to whatever it is that you are creating. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about nervous system regulation, and if you have any questions about this, email me at any time. There are ways to incorporate it into your daily routine if you're someone who's beginning. Sometimes when we start out on something new, we kind of get overwhelmed if we don't know where to start. So if you need any guidance or anything like that, just comment down below and I'll get back to your comment. Or if you would like, you can email at any time and I'll get back to you whenever I see it, usually within 3 days. So with that being said, I want to talk about nervous system regulation. So a lot of the time when we're manifesting, it's basically a byproduct of what we are thinking. So the thoughts that compound over a period of time. But it's also about how we show up in our body and how we feel safe and how we trust ourselves in the moment. A lot of the time, manifestation can happen, conscious manifestation can happen even with having negative thoughts, because we show up in a way that we trust the moment and we trust ourselves in our body. So anyone who has experienced this will know that, well, I was thinking really negatively about this, but it showed up in the opposite way and worked out for me in the best way. Why was that? And it's probably because you were operating in a way that was your behaviors were aligning, your actions were aligning, and even though you felt really anxious or whatever inside, you kept going with whatever it was, and ultimately then you created the end result. And this can happen as well in our manifestation. So it's not that manifestation is always thinking positively all the time. It's really about how we show up and operate in ourselves and the intrinsic kind of value that we put on our power. So if you know that you are actually powerful, no matter how anxious you feel, you know that something's going to work out in the best way as long as you continue to do the actions that you need to do and behave and show up in the way that you know is acceptable for the end result. So an example of this is even in my own journey. Recently I had a kind of I suppose somebody who's a supervisor to come and watch my work, because I am newly studying in a new field that I haven't been in before, and it's practical work. So the supervisor had to come and watch me in my work. Now I was a little nervous about it, even though I know that I can just think about whatever result that I want and continue to think about that, and it'll build my confidence and I will show up in maybe a more confident way. But no matter what I was telling myself, I just felt nervous. And even though my stomach was feeling like that and everything that I was telling myself was it's going to be okay, it just wouldn't change for me. So regardless of that, I know that I have previously talked on this channel that I have my own routine that I practice every single day with self-regulation, with breath work and meditations and affirmations. And I have been doing this every single day for the past 4 or 5 years, and I will not go back to never doing it every single day. And the reason for that is that it compounds over time and it benefits you as well the more that you do it every single day, no matter how you are feeling. So because I do this every single day, even though I had to be in my work and be in the practice and do whatever it was that I had to do and feel nervous in the moment and continue to feel nervous. Afterwards, the feedback that I got was that I seemed like a relaxed person, or I seemed relaxed in myself. And I know straight away that that is because of the way that I maintain a good regulated nervous system, even though you could be feeling really nervous in the moment, because of this compound effect over time of your regulation of your nervous system. It holds you to the standard that you want to be held to, even when you don't feel that you are actually fully confident in the moment, if that makes sense. And it's the same with your manifestations as well too. So a lot of the time when we look at manifestation content and it's like, oh, keep your thoughts on this, don't worry about this bill coming in, and keep your thoughts on the amount that you want to manifest and things like that, that doesn't mean that you're not going to feel in a certain way that could be anxious or stressed. So you continue to think in that way, yes, but the best way, from my own experience anyway, is to do the daily nervous system regulation. And it all correlates together then anytime that you are actually feeling stressed with anything that you are manifesting. It will show up in the way that you do desire it to show up, the more that you kind of build that inner, I suppose, foundation and strength within yourself. So it all comes from within, as we know. It's an inner journey, it's inner work, and I know sometimes it can feel like, oh, inner work, that's just too much effort and all of this kind of thing. But for anyone who truly gets into it, you're going to want to get up and do it every day. You just get this kind of motivation to do it, even when you are feeling low and all of that kind of thing. You still kind of just want to continue to do it. Now, it doesn't mean that if you are in the depths of despair and you're feeling really stressed and you don't even have the energy to do breath work or things like that, it doesn't mean that you don't give yourself a break or a day off or things like that. Like, all of that is okay. It's what you do on a consistent manner. So if you, for instance, have a month where you are dedicated every single day, you do the month and you do everything that you need to do for your nervous system regulation, but then you get into a month and a half and something happens and you spiral and you feel like you don't even have the energy to maybe get up each day during the week to do whatever it is that you have to do. That is fine once you give yourself that break and you give yourself that pass to have that break. But after a week or so of kind of going into that, you do want to be coming back into yourself, and you do want to be saying, right, I'm getting back on it now. I gave myself that time to feel whatever it was that I was feeling, or be in my emotions, or whatever it was that I had to do. But today I'm going to take another step to getting back into my nervous system regulation. So it's like anything. It's like how we maintain everything in our life, you know, exercise, work, our bodies, our family life, our relations, our money, everything all comes down to what we do on a consistent basis. And it's not about that it has to be so consistent, that it's so precise every single day. We do know that we give ourselves a break. It's like we give ourselves a break from to go on holidays from work and from our reality life every day, to just have a little kind of a vacation away from it all. And that's okay when it comes to everything that we're doing. But when we get back from our vacation, we get back into our routines and we get back into our careers and families and all that kind of thing, because it's consistent in our life. It's what we do on a consistent basis that builds everything in our life. So I just wanted to reconnect with you all, and I hope this video helps anyone who is even beginning the journey. But of course, you can email me at any time. I will post more as well. Hopefully I will get more videos out, as I do miss doing them, and I do miss connecting with everyone as well. So hope everyone is doing well, and I'm looking forward to chatting to you all again, and thank you so much for listening.